Thank you to everyone that's joining us, and welcome to the next episode of Quantum Infinitum. For those of you that are new to the stream and new to the YouTube show, this is a show where I GM some of my favorite people in the entire world through a game of Starfinder, where we're going to just roll some dice and hopefully tell a pretty engaging science fantasy epic as we traverse the packed worlds and the vast galaxies beyond that. I'm going to get into a small little recap here in just a moment, what happened last game. But before I do, I want to open this up. Does anybody have anything going on they want to talk about? Or
I have a show at a bar on Friday.
Everyone, go see Amanda and her band. They're pretty amazing.
All these people on the internet
drive
out to the Brit.
And they
don't have a logo yet.
Where is it at?
Totally not. It's at the Brit.
Okay. It's not at the Brit.
It's not at the Brit?
It's in the Great Horn.
Oh, Anna's.
I
like Anna's better.
The one that doesn't serve liquor.
Yeah, it doesn't serve liquor.
Really?
But it's also an all-ages show, so hopefully we'll get a wider audience.
See? There you go.
Yeah, I got a lot going on. Crippling depression.
I
got something I'll throw in.
The creeping anxiety of not being good enough.
Some people may have noticed that Cody's been running games on Twitch, playing games of Overwatch.
Yeah.
I also plan to start doing so. So in between games of Quantum Infinitum on Wednesdays, keep your eye open for me and
just the random
Cody
stream during the
randomly
week.
Streaming whatever he's been doing Overwatch. I plan to do
I might
at it
be
miserably.
switching to Dauntless.
Nice.
Yeah.
I have it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to get David to play it.
That game's...
It's going into open beta. It's a little
It's a little janky.
You're going into open beta.
fucking
And
tell me.
you're a little janky.
Ooh.
I'm more than a
double
little
burn.
janky. I'm at least like medium janky.
Insults are already being poured out.
Anyways.
So keep an eye out for that. We're also going to have a couple of new things popping in as we kind of iron out all the details and all the kinks here. Hopefully we'll have some more content for you guys here in the near future. But in the meantime, thank you for joining us on the stream. If you want, you can catch archived episodes on YouTube. Just search Quantum Infinitum and it should pop right up.
Or QIRPG.
Or QIRPG. Wow, look at that. We're consistent.
Yeah, right?
So, if there's nothing else, I guess I'll get right into the recap and then we'll start this episode off, yeah?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so last week we had picked up almost immediately from the week prior to even that one, where a albino Yosoki had run into Maz, Bama, and Diz out in a bizarre area of the city of Arl on the planet of Akaton. Turns out that this Yosoki was none other than Diz's little sister Lux.
One of many.
She was carrying something, unbeknownst to the rest of the party, underneath her arm, looking very hurried as a couple of Shobad pushed their way through the crowd looking for somebody. When we picked up last week was right then the Shobad demanded that the party just walk away and mind their own business, at which point Maz refused and immediately attacked one of the larger Shobad, essentially turning a crowded, bustling bazaar full of shops and shoppers into a frenzied melee as people just began to scatter and chaos ensued. Maz, while engaged with one of the Shobad, kept his attention pretty good, while Lux managed to slip away and run further down into the crowd, while another Shobad went after it, Diz following suit, and Bama, after a brief moment of cowardice...
It wasn't cowardice. I just went the wrong way.
It was cowardice. You're a coward.
His sensibilities got the better of him, and he went after both of his endangered cousins. The melee continued, things were getting crazy, shots were missed. Maz went into a large headbutting contest with this large Shobad. In the meantime, Linux, who had gone off his own side adventure, looking for possible paperwork for their newly acquired ship, unceremoniously named the Nemes.
I hate it every time. It's always bad.
Nemer.
I'm silly.
Yeah, it is the Nemo.
Found himself
it's the Nemes. No one can be happy.
Nemo's worse.
Linux 2 had found himself a junk cycle, finding out that he needed to head over to the Hive Market to do such. While en route out of the city of Arl, down south to the Hive Market, he heard some sort of commotion going on, and people shouting and screaming about a large melee that had broken out between a couple of Shobad, a few Yosoki, and a large Vesk. A few alleys over. Assuming that was his friends, knowing all of their reputations and
Deductive reasoning.
using Linux higher Android deductive reasoning skills, decided to veer back around, saw that it was his friends, in a glorious display of chaos and a bit of ingenuity. Linux
That's not
managed to find a few piles of like goods and stuff like that were just makeshift enough to form a slight ramp for Linux to ride his junk cycle, jump it up over the large crowd of people, jump off of it, and slam it into one of the Shobad that was chasing after Lux. Essentially turning the tide of the entire fight.
the fight that was going just fine without him. That if he would have never shown up.
Fine. They were struggling, alright?
The worst
We
thing
were
that
not
happened.
struggling.
The worst thing that happened was I lost my dinner. All right, that's all.
I forgot about that.
Okay, hold on. Let me get through the recap. I'm just about done. We'll get through the recap, and then you guys, you guys are free to do whatever.
Tell your dumb story.
Linux showed up. The tide of battle was turned. Whether or not it was coincidence that Linux showed up right around the time the battle was turned, that's debatable. You guys can have that discussion later. The Shobods were unceremoniously shuffled off this mortal coil. Lux has disappeared once again with whatever item she was carrying. And in going through all of the Shobot's things, they found a few items and things, some wares and stuff. But one of the more intriguing things that they found, that there was a large emblazoned yellow gold M, which looked to be made out of several teeth of some sort.
It's the Majin Boos.
And that is where we are going to pick up the story. You guys are right out in the middle of the bazaar. You guys had just looked at this body. Were you guys going to stay here, or do you guys want to skip forward to wherever you are next?
Well, we got.
We already looted the place.
Yeah, you looted everything, but there wasn't much else.
I just want to make sure that everyone here knows that. Did you see that?
That was awesome. Come on.
We're never gonna hear the end of this.
You know what? I will admit that if I had done something like that, I would have thought it was awesome too.
But it was awesome.
But I'm not you, so you're the only one who thinks it's awesome.
Oh my god!
As much as I hate to admit it, if you would have seen it, but you didn't. Maz probably would have thought it was wicked awesome. But he was busy headbutting
Maz is a
dude to
giant
death.
lizard.
Yes.
So
He is.
Likes violence.
So I'm gonna go pick up.
Yes,
I'm gonna go
yes.
pick up the handlebars of my junk cycle.
Okay.
And because I'm assuming I imagine that would probably be the only thing that's really left.
Pretty much, the rest is just kind of a smoldering heap of twisted metal and ramshackle parts mixed with the bluish brackish innards and liquids from the
What?
So
dead
here's the question.
Shobad.
So
are you even going to bother talking to that salesman again?
Yeah, I gotta get my money back. Do you see this?
You're not getting shit.
You're not getting anything
yeah,
back.
you're not
You've
gonna get anything
done
back.
this.
Well,
You've done this.
In technicality, I want to remind you, you have no idea why he has a bike.
No, this is not a
He
character.
just showed up with a bike.
This is not a character.
Right, but regardless of whether or how I don't know how you got that bike, but you can't get any money back for that.
What are you talking about?
You did that.
I gotta still return it.
Or you
It's a rental.
Oh, it was a rental. Okay. Don't.
No. The best part is I got the turn it back however it is policy. So
What is it exactly that you just picked up? Like what? are
the
you-
handlebars.
Your handlebars is like
They're
that.
kind of...
Linux, that doesn't seem to be the entire bike. That seems to be just kind of part of a bike. And
That's the only part that
not really-
survived.
As
It's
you
not really
pick up,
a
like,
whole
they're
bike.
kind of twisted. The bottom one is like half broken off, and it's actually got a little bit of flame flickering off.
Still has that heat.
I'll go ahead. Start. So I already got food, by the way. So I went and stocked the ship for food.
Whoa.
So I know that's kind of important.
So we don't have to stay here any longer,
and then we
and we should
we
really
must
get
protect
back
the
to-
small fuzzy
Yeah,
mouse.
what
Oh,
about my
right.
sister?
And then
Plus.
we still gotta get papers, by the way,
papers.
for the ship.
Oh.
Why?
So
That's a little troubling.
This way, no one can come after us.
Oh.
So
I mean, it's
considering
a
this,
sound proposition.
because considering we just stole this from a slave. Wait, is this out in the open? Yeah, it's out.
Well,
in the
I
open.
mean, the bazaar is kind of emptied out.
No, literally, that's what I'm saying.
There was the,
Yeah, you guys, as of right now, if you just picked up, then you guys are still just out in the bazaar. It's been pretty emptied out from all the cast, and then after the explosion, people they just beelined out of it.
I feel like this
you
is
know
the
what's
kind of-
really good for catching up with people that are small and nimble? A junk cycle.
That's a good point. Dang it. If only we had one.
Oh, I fucking hate you.
I saved you!
Let's go find Lux.
Back to my parents' house?
Oh, that's good. This is gonna go well.
I don't really want to go back to your parents' house.
It's a little awkward.
It's kind
Do you
She
know?
likes you more than she likes me. So shut your.
Well, that's because I'm likable.
Wow.
Do you know where?
I hit him. Just reach over and just whap him.
I'm just standing there with the junk cycles freaking handlebars.
Do you know any common hangouts?
What? I
you
don't
ever-
know. Do I know any common hangouts?
She's not gonna
Yeah,
talk to me
there's
today.
it's possible. Like as you think about it, I'm not gonna make you roll for it because it's your sister, and you've
Okay.
only been gone for maybe about a year or so. You guys hung out stuff. It's possible she went back to your parents' house, but you guys did hang out a lot at your brother Fritz. Is that his name?
Yes.
There's so many of them.
Fritz?
That's one of them.
No, I don't remember. Fritz.
Your guys' older brother who worked at the docks. He's actually the,
Oh, yes.
Oh yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
so it's possible. You
Okay,
guys
well, let's
didn't-
check there first because it's more palatable than my parents' house.
On the way, can
Yeah,
I
it
stop
is.
at the cycle
You
shop?
can do whatever you want. I don't care.
So what do you guys want to do?
Is it kind of on the way to the cycle shop?
I mean, it's kind of a big, like, the city itself is like almost a big giant rat nest where everything is kind of intertwined, interconnected. Nothing is close, yet everything is close all at the same time. It's that one of those kind of towns. So you could make it, on your way.
Okay. So, if we stop by real quick?
Sure, fine.
I guess we have to.
I kind of
mean-
gotta return this cycle.
I kind of want to see you get hit. So, let's watch this.
I'm gonna see him get hit.
Okay, so
So, walking up to the cycle shop. I just kind of walk through the doors, kind of dragging the handlebars behind me.
Okay. So you head back down to Tuknanj's cycles shop.
We all did, or just him?
No, we're all there.
We're all there.
This is gonna go wrong quick.
Nah.
How many employees are there?
Well, if it goes wrong, I'll
Just one?
He only saw the one. You heard him yelling, possibly at somebody. He could have just been crazy. And
You
yelling
guys
at nobody.
casing the place out already?
So yeah, you step outside. You guys walk up.
I mean, I can.
This is still like you guys are in another little kind of bazaar. There's all these makeshift shops and stuff with blankets up. People kind of walking around yelling for their wares. And down a little bit on your left, you see this shop, this larger building that has like 4 or 5 different cycles. Most of them junk cycles, but there's a couple other hovercrafts and movable like dolly type of things to move like large equipment, stuff like that outside. The sign on it is kind of half crooked, and the letter of Tuknaj, the J is like just flickers and like pops and then starts to flicker again.
Right on.
So
as this point, it's kind of getting towards dusk. It's not quite dark, but it's definitely getting towards the later afternoon.
So I'm gonna walk up to the owner, whoever it was that sold me the cycle.
So you walk in and you see the exact same old Farron, his large broad shoulders, in like this like kind of dirty like oil spilled and oil stained white shirt that's cut off at the shoulders.
Is he blue?
No, Farron are actually kind of like a greenish hue, like a swamp green hue. He's got looks almost no neck. His head is almost the same size as his shoulders. Real flat, broad top. He's got these patches of like beard of beard that are kind of growing in real thick and fuzzy. And you hear the chimes going like, "Oh yeah, my buddy, my friend, how are you? Oh, the junk biker, you come back to tell me how good it is, huh? Yes, you did. Let's go whiz bang it.
Jay, I think we got a problem, Jay." You sold me a defective pipe! I need another one! This thing blew up on me!
Yeah, it exploded right in front of my eyes.
It blew up on me!
Who is these? Who are these people? Huh?
Yeah, they saw it! They're
Bystander and his bike just exploded.
I don't know. Okay, I need to.
A little bit still, you guys are gonna peek the mic.
Jesus.
You endangered his
Continue
life.
our conversation. I'm gonna see if I can solve the tech problem.
Okay.
So, yeah, this thing literally blew up on me.
Well, yeah, it's a junk cycle. It's
My God.
I mean, everyone
We
knows.
all
I need
have
another
died.
one. I didn't even get out of town.
Everyone knows junk cycle.
I didn't even make it out of town.
It says boom, huh?
No.
Yes.
No. That's not how this works, all right? This thing
Listen,
didn't
my
get me
friend,
out.
come on.
Look.
Buddy.
All I'm asking.
Come on.
I'll tell you what. I make you special deal.
No.
I make you special deal. All right.
Uh-huh.
All right. So what you're gonna do is just hand me the pistol back, and you keep the credits I gave you.
Go ahead and roll a persuasion. You can go ahead and are you gonna help him out with
Yes.
this? You can go ahead and do it at advantage.
Natural 20.
I'm gonna point at the prettiest bike in the place. I'm like, well, his bike exploded, so maybe you could throw in that too.
Okay, my friend. You're a businessman. I like that about you. Huh?
Every time I go and talk to
and
this guy.
let's very pretty girlfriend too. Yeah. Okay, I'll go get it. Get go screw us. Get up. Hey. You can bring it right out, huh?
Alright, good.
I'm so sorry for your trouble, huh?
Do we get the bike?
Well, not a problem. You're taking care of it. I'll be sure to put a good review in online for you.
You do my heart so good, huh?
Yes, of
Come
course.
on, Bobby.
Do we get the bike?
What bike?
Well, you brought
Yeah.
another bike out, right?
Yeah. The one I asked for.
The one out front, yeah. The shiny one.
Yeah.
I mean, still junk cycle, obviously.
Oh,
I don't have much else.
Yeah.
It's a Zacatone at least. You know?
But are we all gonna fit on it? Because I don't want to like run next.
No, that
to
one's
it.
mine.
Oh, good.
What are you talking about? That's
This is
all
mine.
mine.
And he kind of he places the keys on the thing, and this
I'm just gonna snag him.
this like little tiny short squat, a little bit squatter than is another fairy, and kind of just places the pistol. You can barely see the top of it.
I'm gonna hand him the handlebars.
He kind of pulls it.
Alright.
Yeah, and kind of slides on the metal counter. Now, I tell you now, I give you this, and it's no problem. I don't know troubles with all those out here. You know the bad, not so good guys, huh? So no troubles, but this is on you now, huh?
Alright,
No more on me.
Alright,
So
I'll tell you what. Because
This
you're
one
so
always
considerate,
bang. This
you
one
get
whiz bang promise.
Yeah, okay, of course. Whiz bang good. So you're gonna get great review, 5 stars out of 5. All right. So
Not entirely sure what that means, but
Exactly.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, exactly. You were good.
Can I have it?
No.
Can I ride on it with you?
Is there anything else you guys
Yes.
want to do at
Okay, then I guess
two
like
garages?
Moss
Can I
and
drive it?
I'll catch up to you.
Can I drive it?
No.
These junk cycles, he kind of, if, like, when you started saying who's going to drive, kind of gives you, like, it's a smaller, modified one. It's big enough for the 4 of you, especially with 2 Yosoki.
It's big enough for 4 of us. This thing's huge.
Yeah, it's like...
Is this a land speeder
Does
or
it
a
have,
jump
like, a
cycle?
side-
It's like a modded out, it looks
Is
like
it
a
got,
junk
like, the
cycle that was
cart?
kinda- it looks like a junk cycle that was sort of half turned into a standard hover.
It can have like a cart on the side.
It's got two side things on
Are
the
you
back.
telling me that not only did he manage to not get shot, but the guy is giving him a bigger...
It was me. That was due to
Once
me.
again, another natural 20, by the way, when speaking
But
to this guy.
this
poor bastard.
Yeah.
I was the one who thought to get another one. So
Yeah. So you got your shotgun, right?
No, it was just a pistol. It was the non-lethal one.
Oh yeah, the vibro pistol.
The stun gun, basically.
And then you got. So yeah, he gave the lovely couple a new bike.
Huh? Man, I was gone for a second.
How that went? I didn't know you guys were getting married. Congratulations!
no.
We're just gonna walk out and start up the bike.
All right, guys, let's get on the bike. He's driving though, so.
Alright, so what do you guys want to do now?
It hasn't been plugged in yet on the stream.
Let's
Okay,
go
we're
get
gonna
some
go-
papers.
We're gonna go to. Well, we were gonna go.
Your
Your
sister takes
sister.
priority over the
That's
papers
right.
right now.
We got.
Oh yeah, let's go and get my sister. Yeah.
It's very forgettable.
Right.
You know, there's just so many of them.
Yeah.
They just kind of scurry in one ear and out the other.
Yeah, you never
They
forget about
scurry
them.
in 1 year. Good. That's good.
You know which one you never forget about though?
The one that's got the same name.
Definitely. Never forget. Don't bring that up.
It's a source.
No. I'm only bringing it up because those are gonna be our first shirts. Our first Quantum Infinitum shirts are just gonna say "fuck Daphne."
So we're speeding off to.
So yeah, he's kind of
She's giving directions, basically.
punch on, just kind of make your way through the city streets. You can't punch it too hard. There's it's real crowded, but people kind of stay off to the sides. There's a bunch of other junk cycles that are kind of slowly moving in and out. Takes you maybe about 35-40 minutes, and you pull up to where at least you remember your brother Fritz living.
Mm-hmm.
And he doesn't live quite in the nest, which is where he lives in the more general populated area of Arl City.
Oh, he's done well for himself.
Yeah, he was able to move out of. It looks like he was able to move out of the nest from the information that you got from your dad and your mom when you were. Oh, so that's you know when you were there, you kind of had conversation with him. stuff like that. So yeah, you find what should be his address. It's not a really super grand looking building. It's definitely a bunch of different, almost like a New York apartment complex where it's just everything's like crammed close right next to each other. Stairs that go all the way up. And he's like on the 15th floor or something like that.
All right, guys, get your running legs on. We're going up these stairs.
Look, Yosoki barely have legs, so I don't know what you're expecting.
You barely
from
have legs.
I resent that.
More like represent.
Nah, you're not supposed to be smart enough to use 3-syllable words.
Looks like the cable worked, by the way.
Yeah, right.
Sweet. So you guys make your way to the door, and you're standing out in front of what you imagine is your brother's apartment.
Okay.
I am going to knock.
Okay.
I'm gonna stand behind her.
You knock on the door.
You guys should probably
Quiet for a little
be
bit.
around the corner for a little while.
And sort of happens.
Just in case.
I don't move.
Yeah, neither do I.
There's a big old angry-looking Vesk who's still got a little bit of Shobot blood on him. He's still a little bloodied up and everything.
Moss doesn't run.
A Sheeran kind of, like, from down the hall kind of walks around the corner. He seems to be talking on some sort of comm device. He's like, and he kind of turns the corner and sees Maz and goes, and he turns around.
Do I see this?
Yeah, you would see this.
I laugh.
And after a little bit after that, you kind of hear the.
A little paranoid, it seems.
That's kind of why I was telling you guys to be around
Fritz?
the corner.
Hello? Yeah, who's asking?
It's Dizzy!
Diz?
Yes!
Dizzy?
Yeah.
Clink. Diz, what's up? Oh my god!
Hi.
You've been! He just jumps out and gives you a big ol' hug.
Yay.
I hug him.
And then, and as you guys are in this like tight little sibling embrace, just these large Vesk arms just wrap around both of you.
Smiling.
Maz.
I thought we were.
Maz, no.
As the arms wrap around, you just hear.
That's a peak.
I back off a little bit, just like.
Fritz, it's okay. He's friendly. He's friendly. He has had the opportunity many times to just devour me, but he has not. He has refrained. We're all good.
In the middle of all this, I go, Nate's Mom's nice to meet you. Like, shake his
God.
hand.
I think you've given him a fright.
I have the hand out. I just grab his hand. And
I'm gonna step in front of Maz
Uh-huh.
and be like, "Hey, remember me? Look at me.
I'm
Look at me.
just saying hello.
We're
What's
all
wrong
okay
with
here.
saying hello?
Breathe."
And it's
I'm
just,
just saying hi. I like meeting new people.
You can't forcibly say hello to
Charisma.
people.
Bama?
That's a 2. Yeah, buddy. How you doing, Fritz? It's been a while.
It's been a while. You look
If I don't make them say hi, they run away from me.
rounder. And he brings you into like this real trepidatious hug.
It's all those tasty
Oh man, that
treats.
must have mean he must have been
Those tasty
extremely
treats are
round
made of
before
Yeah, it was
we went
a-
into slavery.
It was a little while ago.
So, okay. You gave me an awful fright. That's for sure, but
Oh, we
if
got
this-
another buddy that's a robot.
I'm like standing behind the Vesk or whatever. Just
that's-
kind
We
of.
call him
no,
Lenny.
I mean, I see androids all the time. I mean, I work down at docks. And
No, just kinda
Mom
looking
told you.
around.
Oh, this is the one that works at the docks?
Huh?
Mom, I'm sure Mom told you. I work down at the docks.
Yeah, no, yes. I can't remember who I heard
His
it
mom
from.
didn't actually mention that, or her mom didn't mention it at all.
There was some.
She mostly just.
personal
Don't-
issues.
Was
Don't-
was
don't.
Mama cooking?
Mom was cooking.
Mom was cooking? Yeah, I get it. Come on in.
Were we here for something?
Have you seen Lux?
Lex.
Laurabelle?
It's the white one.
Bella these days.
I'm
God,
sorry.
You're the one who's been gone for a
Yeah,
year.
I know. I
Not
just
me.
feel like maybe everybody's been gone.
No, let's see, so,
We were
she
slaves.
She can't,
This is not the
and he
time,
kind of
Mom.
just, like, wide-eyed just kind of looks at both of you like,
We were talking about where we've been.
okay.
All right,
That's
Maz.
nice.
We're
Maz is
cool.
not the time. I understand
We're
you want to
good.
make friends.
Sorry. I'll shut up.
I mean,
You're a
that
big
must have
scary-
been terrible for you, and I sincerely...
Which?
Anyways,
The man.
yeah, I saw Lex maybe about 2-3 days ago.
I just saw her running through the bazaar being chased by two big fellas with many arms.
And at the mention of that, you kind of watch his face. Even being scared by Maz, he's kind of got this like kind of a he's never been the smartest. He's kind of dumb and happy all the time. He's got this big kind of like positive attitude, gonna get you through the hardest days sort of mentality. And as soon as you mention that, though, you kind of watch that fade from his face a little bit.
No.
All right, you might as well come on in. And kind of pulls you inside, and as you guys,
With gusto.
he kind of looks around,
Walk outside.
close the door.
Sorry, I hate to put it afterward, but as he stops and looks around, I turn around and I'll poke my head out like above him, just like, what are you looking for?
I just look up. I think we're okay.
Alright, do you need me to stand watch? Because I can stand watch. I'm a really good sentry. These eyes are sharp.
You are an intimidating and large fellow.
Thank you.
You can you feel free to do whatever it is you feel like. You won't get no benefit from me.
So,
Walks
Maz will
back in.
stand there and just, like, at least for the next, like, couple minutes, just at the crack of the door.
Hey, I think it's worth mentioning. I'm gonna tell you this before he does, but he kind of kills people professionally. So, like, don't bring it up because
That's
he
true.
will never stop talking about it. But
I figured,
brought it
I
up.
kind of figured what's going on. What is? All right, between you and Lux, I don't even know what to do with myself. Who are you getting involved with?
It doesn't matter. Where's Lux?
I haven't seen her, but
Do you know where she hangs out these days?
yeah, she's been hanging out with a bad crowd lately. She, you know her. She dreams about getting off this rock and going out and making a living.
is there anything you know about an M made full of bones?
A what?
He kind of stopped. He's like, that's what I was afraid of. See, she's been hanging out with the. There's a new crime boss that's kind of taken over.
I close the front door and
Since,
kind of wander into the room.
He basically runs almost all of Akaton, at least all of Oral City and
Plot down that
Share
chair.
Hive Market. As far as I can tell, he's probably one of the most powerful men out here on Akaton.
You don't have any debts with him, do you?
No, I steer clear of that. I work on the dock and I pay my dues. And,
Sorry to interrupt. Your hallway. It's clear.
well, I thank you for that. I do.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Maz.
Is there like a living room kind of deal with a coffee
Yeah, you
table?
guys are kind of in the living room.
Okay, so like as they're discussing and stuff like that, I'm just gonna pull out my pistol and start cleaning it and
that's
stuff
fine.
like that.
And like as he's kind of talking, he's kind of walking around. He's kind of picking like trash and stuff like that up off the ground. It looks like he lives by all. He's a bachelor, lives all by himself. Kind of picking up trash, like kind of swiping stuff.
I'm
off.
also going to start picking up trash.
And he
wiping
like he
stuff
walks in, goes, I got I don't have
Family
much,
like
but
family.
can I offer you anything? I got some.
Oh, you got some food?
I mean, I got a little bit of.
What? I'm hungry.
Don't be greedy.
I spit my dinner at
Well,
somebody.
that's your own fault.
I
Okay.
got a little bit of leftover Vishu lizard. If you want some,
I've been
from-
informed I'm
I
not
think
allowed.
it would be
it's from 2 days ago.
insensitive to eat lizard.
I eat lizards all the time. It's
Okay,
never
eat the
tasted.
lizard if you want.
So he kind of goes. He kind of like it's not much left. There's like a little bit of like looks like this like small 6-limbed lizard with 2 heads. It's maybe about that long. It's kind of
the two heads what makes it okay to eat.
Stuck it on the end of a stick.
That's how you know it's not poisonous.
There's about 2.5 of them left. And he also he plops down 4 what looks to be Acatonian ales.
And I crack that shit open as quickly as possible.
Oh, I want an ale.
Yeah, same here.
With gusto.
You're a robot.
I turned to Dizzy. I'm like, your brother's alright, Squeaks.
You're a robot that is a social drinker?
Of course. This is a social environment.
He has to blend in.
And that's exactly what I do, by the way.
For the camera, this is what I just put in front of Cody for emphasis.
Damn it.
He has it sitting in front of him to remind himself.
So So
he is.
So sit down. He kind of sits down. And he takes a swig of his, and it's a quick swig that it goes on longer and longer and longer. So he's got almost like about a third of it completely gone.
Is he chugging?
Before he puts it down.
Why
Okay.
did you chug that?
Oh, I'm doing the same thing, by the way.
I've already finished mine.
Yeah.
This is not good, dude, and these are not good people.
Okay, where do we go? Where do we go to find her?
I don't know. I keep to myself. All I know is she's gotten involved with these people. She says she's gonna rise the ranks and make money to buy herself a ship so she can get out of this rock.
Oh,
So,
we
do you
have
know
a
where
ship.
she might be? Is there any place that she goes, like,
Honestly,
quiet?
she don't tell me much these days. Ever since she kind of got this idea in her head, I don't see her as much. She used to come over all the time because you know how mama can be. She's a little bit rough. She always come over here.
She named one of our siblings the same name as me.
Oh, Daff, don't be so sensitive. There's 4 Fritzes.
Don't tell me not to be
There's 4
sensitive.
Fritzes.
Oh, God.
Jesus Christ.
Well, you're not.
Whoever that
In
is.
space. Space Jesus.
Space Christ.
Space
I like
That's the name of my new band.
Savior of the universe. By the trying it is. Is it fucked up? Of course it's fucked up. But Mom's got goddamn, I don't even know how many brothers and sisters we got.
Okay, you know what? I don't give a shit.
Exactly. Don't give a shit like
No. I don't give a shit about what you're saying to me.
Alright, fair enough.
You're still mad.
My name is my name.
I know it is, and you're always going to be my Diz. I love you, Dizzy.
There's
Aw.
not more than one Diz, is
Yeah,
there?
you're right. There's more than one Daphne, though.
Fuck that.
You know how it is. You remember our older brothers and sisters when we were that big? No, you don't. We're basically cousins at that point. We're brothers and sisters with the ones you grew up with that are the same age. Next generation after is pretty much like your aunt and uncle. Or your little nephew and niece.
Don't care.
I get it, but...
Who's older here between the two siblings?
He's the older.
So you don't know where she might be, or maybe where this I don't know, club
All I know is there's a little bit of rumors are here. Is
it a pyramid scheme?
No, I don't know what that is, but probably not.
Oh.
everything's a pyramid scheme.
A pyramid scheme is where one person's at the top, right?
Stop.
He asked.
Maz.
He's getting better at it.
Sorry.
He likes to pretend he's smart.
Hey,
When did that happen?
I don't know. Anyways, do you know where we could get this place? This
There's a
club?
knock on the door.
Oh,
Okay.
who's knocking?
I honestly don't know. Hold on.
At that point, I'll go ahead and get the. I'm already drawn.
Yeah.
Yep. Would you get me another poison? Yep.
Will you grab the wine that's probably in the freezer?
It's in the freezer.
He
talk
walks
show.
back and you kind of hear the same. No. Oh, try and save me. You get your dumb ass in here. Kind of pulls in, like, you hear the door slam. And a small white-haired Yosoki is pushed into the middle of the living room. It's kind of.
Oh.
Just popped
You Fritz.
Lux!
Diz, oh my god. Thank God you guys are here.
There's so many of you guys. You breed like Yosoki. Oh.
I mean, I
That's racist?
I mean, that's not racist. That's just kind of true.
start getting up to go hug the little Shoki because she's alive. Like, thank God you're alive, and like go up.
She's kind of literally like, hey, thanks for that, friend. And she kind of grabs your leg. Like, and
Give her a pat on the shoulder.
You have a tap on your arm.
We're
And I feel it's a tap, but it's a genuine, like, Yosogi, I'm trying to pry you off. But it feels more like a tap.
From Fritz?
It's like, no, this is bullshit. You don't get no hugs right now. You need to explain yourself right this second, or you're gonna get the fuck out of my house. I can't have none of this bullshit around me, Lux. I got a good thing going.
Don't look him in the eye. He's real mad.
And they're just kind of arguing back and forth, and she's just like, you stop it. And like, no, you fucking stop it. I got a good thing down at the docks, and I don't need... I made it this far.
Guys, stop fighting. Stop fighting.
Both guys are like, what, Diz?
Okay, listen.
It's very reminiscent of being the middle child between the two of them, all growing up.
Interrupting the argument in the back, you just hear me and Linux.
Okay.
I'm just standing there waiting for it to go to blows.
I can understand your anger, Fritz. Lux?
I just don't.
Lux, I just saved your ass.
I know, thank you so much.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you doing?
No.
Explain.
Those big assholes, they came at me trying to steal my things from me, and I'm not going to just give them my things.
What's in the bag?
What do you mean?
What do you have?
What do you got?
I mean, it's just...
Let's see.
Just show us.
I don't have...
Listen, I'm back from after a year.
Does she have
I
the
had
bag
lots
on her?
of
No, she
adventures.
has
the bag on her.
Where'd you put it?
I stashed it in my safe place.
Where's your safe place?
If she told you, it wouldn't be a safe place.
You keep out of this.
I stashed it in our safe place, Diz. And you know that to me. It's a... There's... if you go to
really
where your home was, it's a child safe place. It's essentially just the top of your building and like a little corner that there's like a small hole that leads into like looks to be like an abandoned like attic or something. You guys used to go there and like hang out as kids. You put your clubhouse there and stuff like that.
Okay. Well, what are you trying to do?
Same thing I've been trying. I want to be like you, Diz. I want to get off this rock.
Okay, then come with us.
What do you mean? Wait, you got a
We're
ship?
leaving again.
Yeah.
We got a ship. It's not exactly like...
I mean, it's not great.
It's
but
a
we
slave
can
ship
get
full
you.
of slaves.
Whoa,
We can get you to cast
This
the
ship
bell.
is awesome.
At the mention of like it's a slave ship full of slave, Fritz just like from the cage like,
Hey, but I said...
what was that?
Followed by that is, we were slaves and we saved the slaves.
We saved them.
We're
We freed
So we're
liberators.
heroes.
Yeah, we had a long month.
It wasn't a month. It was like a year and
No.
change.
Yeah, we were on there and I was like...
It felt like a year.
I know. It was like a month, but we've been gone for longer than that.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but like
Free and
this
slaves.
last month has been tough.
Whatever.
Liberating.
Yeah.
Time is relative.
I ate discs.
Like, and at that, like Fritz walks back out and he's just like, "Listen, you know how much I love you, Lux. I love you, Diz, and it's so good to see you. But honestly, I can't have this. If Am finds out you guys are here, you know how much I could end up dead."
Who now?
Like, that's the kind of people you're dealing with.
Walk over.
That's the kind of people that you are getting involved with, Lux.
I walk over and I put a hand on his shoulder and I was like, I will protect you.
You gonna protect me from the whole goddamn planet, Lizard
Oh
Man?
my God,
You
Mom!
gonna
This
protect
is
the whole
not the
goddamn planet
time.
for the rest of my life? Is that what's gonna happen? You gonna stay here with me?
Why not?
Or you can just come with us.
Just come.
Just bring him with us.
Maz, do us a
Space travel
favor.
don't do me no good.
No.
Angela.
Listen, he has
Sorry,
a good
thank
job. He has been able to
I
move
was
out of
gonna
the
drink
nest.
another one
He's
of
done
his
well for
beers.
himself already. I'm sure he's going to do better for himself in the future.
I'm just gonna
Leave my
lean
brother
over.
alone.
I will give him a gun.
I don't give a shit, Maz. Back off.
I'm just gonna lean over and get into Maz's ear and be like, "Grab her by the scruff. We're leaving."
Which one?
Both of them.
There's so many.
Can I make a resist grapple check?
Yeah, you sure
So
can.
I reach and I grab.
Is that
I
a
grab a
strength
distance.
check?
Opposed grapple.
I'm
checks,
assuming
please.
Lux
Is that
is the other one you're talking about. Yeah, and I grab Lux. I go okay.
Make a
15.
grapple, and Lux is gonna do the same.
Grapple is that?
Strength.
Athletic.
That's just strength. Is not
Or
athletics.
athletics.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, add your athletics.
19.
18.
22.
So
What's
they're both
funny
fighting and
is you
kicking,
roll.
but you pick them both up, and they're just fighting and kicking. Eventually, Lux just kind of dangles and hangs.
Just feels like
I will
work
keep
right now.
fighting you until...
That's fine. I'm not phased by it.
So we'll
It's
be
like,
out of your way
time to
now.
go.
And
I
then,
can't believe you.
do you mind unlocking the door for us?
By the way, in his
Doors
fridge,
unlocked.
Alright.
in his fridge where beer used to be is a stack of the
Empty
equivalent-
cans.
Well, no credits. I left some credits for him. Like how
Okay.
much beer did he have?
I mean,
credit-wise?
he had like a handful.
Okay,
Not too
I
much.
give him.
I mean, 2 credits would be perfect.
Okay, I paid because I paid him for his beer. I'm not an asshole.
I mean,
God, someone's kind here. Because I would have just left with the beer.
not entirely, but also
I mean, beer at someone's house is cheaper than beer in a bar.
that's true.
But yeah, I just left some credits there.
So I'm gonna look towards Fox. I'm like, I don't think I'm gonna fit on the bike. You got something I can borrow,
What do you mean?
like a junk cycle or
Why would you not
something
fit
that'll
on the
get me
bike?
there?
I'm gonna regret this. And he kind of gets the keys like, yeah. Just bring it back, man.
Dude,
I'll do my best. If I don't, I'll give you
He kind of
money.
hands you the keys, and he also is like, it was good to see you.
It's nice to see you
Good to see
too,
you
buddy.
guys.
question:
It's been a while.
Is there? Can you actually not fit on the bike? Was that a thing?
Well, because there are
Well,
4
because
people.
it was already
It's a four-
pretty
four-
full.
You just
Okay.
grappled me and Lux.
Well, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. So it's going to be him driving it, and then you right behind him, kind of like
He doesn't
holding
have
him with your legs.
Hold to you, Soki.
just,
Just
holding
kicking and
two
fighting.
Yosoki like garbage bags. So I was like,
Struggling garbage bags.
yeah. Real feisty garbage bag.
Garbage bags with mice.
Like
in
if
them.
you were trying to
Large mice.
rehouse some raccoons.
Exactly. Pick them up by the scruff.
I'll tell you what, brother. And I just hand him $100 and I'm like, this is a down payment. If anything happens, I'll get you the rest.
All right. Look, yep. You know how much I love my sisters.
Yeah. Is this thing registered in your name?
Yeah.
We're gonna take the plates off.
All right.
You can keep them.
I mean, don't have plates.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think this universe might not have
You can
plates.
take
It's just
you can take the info chip out of it. I suppose.
Yeah, we'll do that.
I mean, if you know your way around that sort of thing.
she weirdly does.
Yes, I do.
Like I love my sisters, but like these are bad. These are bad men, Bama. These are bad. This is a bad group of people that Lex has got herself involved in. So you watch yourself, alright?
Yeah, man. Don't worry. We've met a lot of bad people. We're still here.
We were slaves.
Yes. And then you kind of close the door.
At that point.
Yeah.
He's very proud
What
to
do you
be
guys?
free.
What do you guys want to do?
Well, we need to...
Go to your stash.
Yeah, go to the
Yeah.
stash.
What is in the stash?
I mean, it's just it's a bunch of credits and
Both of them hanging from your hands.
Yeah.
Just having a-
That's so
Okay,
much. Just
we're going to the
go
secret
browser.
hiding place because there's money.
Do you
And
just want to go pick it up?
Yeah, let's go pick it up.
Role play.
And then, Lux, we're going to get off this planet.
That sounds.
And you're
that
coming
sounds
with
great.
us.
So she runs up and she's like, I'll be right back. She kind of scurries up. It's about 15-20 minutes.
Where does she scurry to? Where are we?
You guys
We're
are
by my
essentially right
parents'
out,
house.
like right by her.
Okay,
parents'
this is
house.
after we. Okay,
Yes.
I wasn't sure if this was like still
Yeah.
mouse and scruff. Okay.
So she kind of scurries up, and then she kind of heads back down with this big bundle under her arm. It's like, all right, I got it. Let's go. I'm ready. I'm ready to get off this planet.
I look around. Do I see anybody watching us or anything like that?
No.
We're in
Make
the.
a perception check.
We're at the house, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And at this point, it's probably about the equivalent of about 5 o'clock. The sun is.
I get a 10.
Heading back to,
Is it?
zipping back to the
Head back
ship.
to port.
Yeah, and then the bikes will fit on here,
papers?
right? This should fit on there.
Do we have our papers and stuff sorted out?
No, because we're gonna have to take the ship over to go get papers. So, and then I'm assuming we're gonna have to get some more creds. So
We're gonna have to deal with a bunch of people we don't want to deal with.
what do you mean?
You mean deal with them or deal with them?
Because
Like deal with them or deal with them?
How many credits does Lumps have? Lux, how many credits do you have?
And here,
I think a little bit of column A, a little bit of column
a
B.
little under 1,000 credits.
Little under 1,000 credits. Can you contribute that to us so we can get off this planet?
If we're gonna be a new adventuring party, yeah, I'm 100% in. We can be Starfinder.
we totally need someone to watch the ship. So that sounds perfect.
Well,
What is this? I mean, I'm trying to think of a way to ask this. In character, I guess he wouldn't. I was gonna say, what are her skills? But like, Moz isn't gonna ask that question.
Maz has the skills. Don't worry.
Yeah,
We're good.
I am the skills.
I mean, I figured we could
Very violent
bring you to
skills.
Castroville.
I mean, anything's better than here. You know how much I hate it here.
I'm gonna take
She's
100
never gonna play,
credits of that.
She's
gonna find out how much it sucks everywhere.
Yeah. I'm gonna take
she's got
100
that,
credits.
She has that dreamer's eyes. of
Yeah.
like, once I get off, all problems will be solved, sort of thing. You've always known that about her.
Yeah.
She's a dreamer.
I'm gonna take 100 credits and pay off the rest of the junk cycle that I got.
You guys already left Fritz's house.
You already left.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna wire it to him later.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. You can wire some more.
I have a bike.
So do we!
All right.
So, you guys head back to the port, kind of pulling.
Treat your
Everyone's
bikes.
There's the names, just
No,
kind
you're
of
gonna
sitting
blow
there
that
waiting
one up,
for you.
so-
Oh, the
No.
names!
But,
walk up.
This would probably be a
mine's
great time to take a
the
break.
four packs.
Right after this, we're gonna take.
Okay.
You guys kind of pull up, and
I like the idea of this thing.
the kind
course
of self-important
Of course you
Shirin
do, you
is
rebel.
kind of standing there, kind of
Rebels
kind of barking off orders here and there, checking some things off. Hello, the android and the rest of his crew.
Piece of shit.
Welcome back.
So we all filled up and ready to go.
Maz, behave
Yes, that we
yourself.
are.
All right, sounds great. Well, we'll be on our merry way then.
Except there seems to be one problem.
Oh, of course. What?
It seems your ship has been flagged for non-departure.
Oh, really? Why is that?
I just handle the paperwork, sir.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Maz, can you help me out here?
Roll intimidate.
This really didn't work last time.
17
17.
to basically like, and I just kind of look at him, just like, you know, it just kind of. I just.
Can I give him an advantage though? Because I was like,
Go ahead.
yeah, and then that because I'm just reaching down, kind of deal. Yeah, so go ahead.
As
and roll that
you
one more
reach
time.
down,
Okay, hang on.
He's got
the large turrets,
There
Yeah,
it is.
17.
the large
Yeah.
turrets that lined the port.
He's
kind
got
of-
turrets.
You got...
Someone else has
trying.
to stop me because I'm not going to notice anything
Stop.
beyond that.
Maz!
I'll just put my hand on Maz.
Stop.
So I just kind of.
He just
So-
does whatever the hell he wants to do.
Terribly sorry for the inconvenience.
So how does one go about getting unflagged?
How would I know? I'm a simple city official.
God
How
damn it.
many credits can I throw at this guy? Can I throw like 50 credits at him?
I don't think it's
Unfortunately,
going to be enough. Can I.
your non-departure papers are indefinite.
Okay.
Why?
I
It has to
apologize.
totally.
What
has
is the
to
guy's?
be.
What is the boss's name? I'm sorry.
Wait,
All
didn't
you
we
know is
pay
that-
you to take care of these sort of things?
You're not the only one with the checkbook, now are you?
Ah, well, see, that's who we need to go talk to.
So,
That's what I figured.
I have
Maz
things,
is like twitching.
I have
really
things to
wants
attend to,
punch
but-
this guy's-
please, do enjoy your extended stay on Akaton.
Well, did you want more credits? Because
He kind of walks away and starts barking orders again.
I think he needs more than credits, sir.
you know what? We shouldn't grab Lux.
We cannot leave her.
Yeah.
So as you guys are walking away, the small Luchuncha boy kind of runs out from the corner. Is that your ship?
Why you ask?
This is for you.
Go ahead and grab it.
Before you it just darts off.
Damn it.
I'm gonna go ahead and open it.
It says Hive Market, Dire Flats, and it just has an M crest on it.
These fucking M people.
Is M? Do we know what M?
I'm gonna flip it
It's
upside
not
down.
us.
It can also be a
Come on.
W.
That's what was his name?
Mob boss.
Is
We don't have a
King
we don't
Mob
have a-
Boss.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that is where we're going to take a break.
Okay.
It can also be a W though.
Yeah.
For
You
Wumbo.
can do it.
For those of you joining us live, please hang out for a little bit. We'll be back in about 10 minutes. We're going to pick back up on the adventure. For those of you watching on YouTube,
Enjoy the
Yeah.
intermission.
Yeah.
check it out.
Enjoy the brief intermission.
Check it out next week when you can see the conclusion to this episode. All right. Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you.
Be back.